Welcome, everybody, to Michael's record collection. I am very excited to have with me from the band Riverside, one of my favorite progressive rock bands in the modern era. I've got keyboard player Michal Lapaj from Riverside. Michal, thank you so much for your time.
Hello, everybody.
We are here to talk about a new live album just came out on January 24th. Uh, Live ID. This was from the ID.Entity tour, and I was fortunate enough that you came to the United States and played some dates here, and I got to see the band and pick up this really beautiful um,
Wow.
edition of the CD with the surround sound disc and everything. It's very striking. I like this thing a lot. This thing is great. So thanks for bringing these with you. So a live album obviously is much different because you've already played. You might have to do some overdubs and stuff, but I'm interested in all of the different aspects of this album. But also, before we start, I wanted to ask you what your what when you were just very young, what was your first favorite album? The first album that really kind of spoke to you.
Oh, the very first one. I think uh, this album was The Purple. The Purple, and that was a Made in Japan concert.
Okay.
I remember that because I was always play keyboards, and but as a young guy, I would like to have something more expression, something more distorted. And I was trying to play a guitar, and I was trying to be a guitarist because a lot of my friends in high school they have a lot of bands, and there was not too much space for keyboards. And I remember when I've listened to the album, I've heard the keyboard, and I said, "Oh, yes, this is the sound I love. A Hammond organ, and the way the expression and the uh, this way of thinking of with playing this melodies and everything." So that was the first album who changed my mind. And of course, John Lord was kind of my uh, biggest inspiration to don't be a guitarist and be a keyboard player in the right way.
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's now that you say that, that's very obvious in your playing. And many of the songs that are on this live album, you hear that heavy Hammond sound coming from you to sort of fill in what Riverside does. A lot of what Riverside does, there's so many layers. It sounds like there's more than four of you playing when you guys play.
I loved the Hammond organ, and this is part of Riverside sound. Uh, we let's say we are progressive band, but in the a little bit more aggressive way, thanks for this Hammond, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So you mentioned Made in Japan was the first album that spoke to you. When did you start playing keyboards? Did you just start taking piano lessons when you were very young, or how did you get interested in learning music?
This is funny thing because when I was young, uh, we have a little house with a basement, and my mother, uh, she was a singer, and she had a band in the basement. So when I was young, I was four or five, something like that. I went to the basement and I was starting to play on this instruments, the drums, the bass guitar. They had rehearsals, but the I think I remember that the instrument I really like was keyboards because they have a lot of interesting sounds. So that was my beginning. I
Yeah.
started lessons in musician school, but I've never finished. So after years, I started again on the other instrument because I was too old to learn just piano. So I have to start different instrument to learn piano next year. So my main instrument was a flute.
Okay.
Of course, I didn't finish this classical school. Uh, so after years, again, I started lessons for uh, church organ because I was I was really huge fan of Hammond organ, but so I thought the church organ have a lot of manuals, of course the pedal board, and yeah, I didn't finish as well, but I have really nice experience with this part of the school, and the last one was at jazz school. I was starting to play jazz on the piano. I have a great teacher. So unfortunately, it was a private school, and we didn't have too much money, so I have to. I didn't finish as well, but yeah, this guy, you know, told me one very important thing uh, to think with the instrument. You know, that I don't have to know the notes or those all things like harmonies or something like. I have to think what I like to hear, and then I started to play. So this guy was pretty cool. So yeah.
All right. Well, I understand what you went through. When I was in elementary school and I wanted to play saxophone, and they made me start on a clarinet. I didn't want to play a clarinet. So,
Oh wow! I had similar situation because I asked for saxophone. They don't have saxophone. They had the flute, and I said, okay, whatever.
oh man. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about how you became a member of Riverside, because you were not on the first album, Out of Myself, but you were there for the second album, Second Life Syndrome. Just kind of walk me through how that happened.
Actually, I didn't record the first album, but I was in the band
Mm-hmm.
during the release because we're just four guys and just put this old CDs into the box. So all together, there was no something like label. But yeah, the beginning was something like connection, friend to friend. But I remember when I was young, I was trying to be a musician, like how to say that, who can play everything. So I do really want to be a musician. So I started to work with other bands, a lot of bands. I have my schedule, you know. Then I have a rehearsal with this one, and this one. But I couldn't find myself, and mm, I think I was almost how to, that was the best moment in my career, let's say, to find a band because I was a little bit tired and I didn't want to be a musician anymore because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't see the future. So then I met Piotr Grudzinski, Gruzin, the
Mm-hmm.
guitarist, and he gave me the CD album, and he said something like, just check it out. I don't know, call me if you will like it. Let me know. So we'll try to find something, figure out some rehearsal. We'll try. It will work or not. But I have my album with me for 2 weeks in the pocket. I totally forgot about it. And he called me, "Hey, did you hear the album?" And I said something like, "Oh fuck, I will let you know, okay? I will let you know." And after those 2 weeks, I just put the album, because oh my God, another one band would like to, me on the to play something with. But that was pretty cool. First moment was, oh, beautiful. I need to play with this band. Those I was in love really with this Out of Myself, the album. So when I was when we had our first rehearsal, so I remember Gruzin said something like, "Okay, let's try for 1 month, and we'll figure out it's fine for us or not to be in the band." So after first improvisation, there was no questions. There was something like, "Ah, you have to play with us." So.
You got the
That's
job.
how I joined the band. Yeah, exactly.
Showed him. Well, that's interesting. So, well, congratulations for passing the audition.
Yeah, that was, I remember this moment. That was funny.
So this album just came out, this live album, and it is amazing. You guys went on tour for the ID.Entity album, and it's you guys were very brave. You did 6 songs from the new album. You did 2 from Love, Fear, and the Time Machine, 2 from Anno Domini High Definition, 1 from Rapid Eye Movement, 1 from Second Life Syndrome. No songs from Out of Myself, Shrine of New Generation Slaves, or Wasteland. Um, who do you guys all as a band decide what you're going to play on tour, or does Marius make that decision, or is there a vote? Or, are you fighting to get songs in that didn't make the playlist?
Usually on a tour, when we are releasing some album, so we have some kind of feelings, you know. Like for example, we had the Wasteland one. Now after that, there was a lot of, really sad songs.
Mm,
So we had to put the other songs from our discography to have this similar feeling, to don't lose the atmosphere, because it will be, very hard to play some songs like it's, very depressing, and then, hey, how are you doing, babe? So, so yeah, and with the ID.Entity, it was a little bit easier, let's say, because the album is really uh, more energetic than our previous one.
mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
was the Wasteland was the night, and the Identity is the day. So we were trying to find some set list. The set list was changed during the tour a bit,
Okay.
but it was really cool for us, because we didn't feel that we played 2 hours show.
Yeah.
It was, oh, really? It's the end. So we have a lot of nice fun on the stage.
Yeah, I can tell from having seen you guys play. Now, when you talked about Wasteland and you talked about the sadness, was that kind of just left over from Peter passing away? I mean, is that kind of sort of get built in or baked into your songs for that album?
Yeah, actually, the Wasteland is the album actually for him, you know. So it's a kind of monument
Yeah,
for Piotr, and yeah, that's really sad situation for us. Um, yeah, but we have to move on, and that's
yeah.
why the identity was something like, fresh thing for us.
Hmm.
Something like, would like to open the window, take more breath,
Yeah,
So we have just kind of fresh air in
yeah.
our souls, let's say. And yeah,
It was a new direction for the band. You had to react to your previous album because you guys don't repeat yourselves. You guys find new sounds and new things for new albums. And I love having been on this journey with you guys along the way and listening to how your sound has developed over the years. And it must have been very difficult when Piotr passed away. Um, was there ever any doubt that you would continue as a band, or did you really need to regroup and think about it?
there was huge question, what's happened, what will happen, when we were there. We finished the album Eye of the Soundscape. This kind of compilation of our songs, the atmospheric, the ambient sounds, uh, and we were really happy to do this. Actually, three of us, because we were fans of the ambient sound, electronic music, and all stuff like this,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we were focused on this album very, very much. So we just record some few songs to this album to take together. And there was one situation in the last song, which is called Eye of the Soundscape. In the end, there was a part for a guitar solo, and that was the almost last day. I was in the studio, and he said something. You know what? I'll take this song and I will try to prepare something. And he never did. And in this moment, it's just the empty space for the guitar. It's very deep, and it's very hard for us sometimes when I'm hearing the song. But
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, mm, but this is part of our lives. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy that we've moved on, and we are here.
Yeah. And as you said, you're in the band because of him. So, you're
Yeah, yeah, and we have a really nice contacts as a friends. This is the thing with this band. Why I really like it, the band, because after the tour, I'm not tired too much, and we can go to drink a beer or something like this. Maybe not now because everybody have a family or something. Not too much time. I have a lot
yeah.
of work as well. But anyway, the beginning was like we're friends.
Hmm. Tell me how a Riverside song starts. Do you guys jam in the studio? Do you all bring bits in and trade them back and forth and build off them? How does a song, I don't know, let's say like a song like Friend or Foe, how might that start?
A friend of all, we were in the studio with Marius, two of us, and we did some sketches. We have some ideas, so we started to record that. And friend of all, it sounds like this because at the beginning Marius did some beat machine, so he did something like do, 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 do. That's why uh, the drum part is very very let's say easy to play. It's it's not huge. Yeah, but this is the kind of this song. So we like this kind of song. You can cut it later, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway, we have a lot of fun during the song. I mean, record that. We did a few scratches. One was the friend of war, and one was the oh my god, Big Tech Brother. And those two was really crazy, and we decided to put it. Why not?
So a lot of it has to do with you guys just playing with sounds in the studio together.
Usually, there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of ideas of Marius. He have, for example, idea for some kind of riff. We're working together about on it. So like, for example, he have riff. So I'm trying to find some harmony for this song. Some strange chords, and sometimes like. Mm, damn it, forgot the name of the song. Uh, yeah, Land My Blast, for example. You have just and the thing is in the keyboards because the chords are changing and the sound is all the time the same the riff.
Yeah.
So this is pretty funny, That's how it works. Marius have really nice ideas for riffs. Uh, on the rehearsals, we are playing these ideas. Sometimes he have an idea for whole song, sometimes for just a riff. But yeah, mostly me and Maris were trying to find some good solution to make a song.
Got it. Got it. All right. Does he write all your lyrics?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's good
So
with lyrics.
what's it like for you when you're writing a song, you have the song laid out, you play it, you don't know what it's about until he writes the lyrics.
Because actually I'm focused on the song and emotions in the
Yeah.
song. I'm a musician, so I'm focused on instrumental parts of this song and the emotions of instruments. So I believe I trust him that he will do some good lyrics. And he when he's trying to find something, he's really excited to do this, and he call us, or for example, telling on the rehearsals that, oh guys, I have a nice idea. Watch this. This is ID.Entity, for example, But he have also some different solution for the name of the album. But anyway, he said something like, "Oh, maybe let's do this. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool." So, mm, yeah, that mostly it's his idea about the lyrics and how it will be looks like.
Mhm.
It's not easy, but actually I think he understand the emotion as well.
Yeah.
So with the lyrics, he know how to do this.
Yeah, and he does a great job of marrying the lyrics with the feeling of the music.
Hmm.
So, which is incredible because you guys are a Polish band, and all of the lyrics for the Riverside albums are in English, which is not your first language. And I mean, that has to be a lot. I mean, it has to be difficult for Marius to write in English and try to get his thoughts across because you're thinking in your second language. So it can't be easy. I know from my own perspective, I have a little Spanish, but I couldn't write lyrics in Spanish.
Okay. No, but he's doing his job very, very well.
Mhm.
So I don't understand English, so I don't know what's about it.
Well, you speak it very well. I just I'm
I know.
always I'm always impressed with bands from other countries that don't that, English isn't your first language, but you write and you sing in English. Because I do also listen to bands like other Polish bands like Collage did a lot of their lyrics in Polish.
Hmm.
So at some point I know there's a desire to get your music outside your country, and you want to find some common ground in terms of language. So I think that's a lot of the what drives bands to do English lyrics.
Yeah, it's not easy for sure. But let's say there's a lot of English language around us today.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of movies, English is international language, so you have to know that if you would like to communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's one more thing why we have lyrics in English that English sounds good, actually, with songs. There's no like szczebrzesz nie chrząszcz mi w trzcinie. This is because it's crazy, but it's and actually it's really hard to find really good words in Polish if you like to be good, lyrics
Yeah, it must be difficult to rhyme.
writer. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. All right. So this is your fourth live album. Um, we talked about how you kind of pick the songs that you want to perform on a tour. Um,
This is
but
actually this is really crazy album because uh, this is really nice, actually, summary of our tour and nice souvenir actually, because we uh, we actually originally set out on a tour to celebrate our 20th anniversary. So
Mhm.
it was in 2021 when we start touring, and all the time we are on the tour. We were on the tour during the 20th anniversary. After that, in the meantime, we did the rehearsals with new stuff for ID.Entity
Mhm.
album. Then we went on a tour again. Right after the tour, we went to the studio to record the album. That was pretty cool because this album have a lot of live energy. So because we were on the tour, so yeah, that's why I really like it actually.
Yeah, it does
And
have a good live energy to it.
yeah, and of course, uh, after recording session, we just went on the tour to promote this album. So that was really crazy last year's, and yeah, and
You talked about some of the songs changed out What were some of the songs that were rotated in and out? How many total songs did you play on the tour?
Uh, I don't remember,
Because
but
I
I
think I
actually,
think there are 12 on the album, but was there like a specific song that you would swap for another one from night to night?
uh, no, actually, because we are trying to find, every details. So at the beginning, usually the changes are at the beginning. If if we are feeling that the concert is good, the show is good, I mean we are not tired or something like that. So the set list is fine.
Hmm.
So usually we're trying to compose the set list to don't change it actually.
Okay. You're reading the audience's energy too. You're reading to see how they're
Mm-hmm,
responding
mm-hmm.
to it. Yeah. Okay.
Like separates two ballads or something like this.
Yeah.
Have to have some kind of sinusoid. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So uh, you're out on tour with this set list and you're refining it as you go. Was this album recorded in one place or over multiple nights?
It was in one place in
Mhm.
Torvar in Warsaw. In Warsaw, sorry,
Yeah.
our home city. So
So you got good energy. Uh, on this tour, you went to a lot of countries. Where do you find the biggest Riverside following? Is it in Poland or is it in maybe somewhere else?
hmm, there's a lot of places in Poland. I really like playing Poland because I see a lot of crazy people. Some of them I know personally because we have a nice fan club here. But really like touring, in US. There's really nice, there's a huge, loud crowd. And South America, it's also surprised me, the people there are really crazy. So
Yeah.
on this tour, we were for the first time in Argentina.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And that was the loudest crowd, I think, on the Riverside show. So
Yeah, they're very passionate fans down in South America.
yeah, I think they're practicing all the time on the football matches.
Yeah, probably so. So are you drawing bigger crowds in Argentina, or are the crowds bigger in other countries?
No, the crowd was really loud, actually.
Just loud,
The
yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah, but no just loud. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I
So
remember that.
louder, but not
The-
necessarily bigger. All right. Moving on. I was curious to know if there were any of the songs that you performed that you recorded them and maybe they were you had you had some challenges or some difficulty playing them live and you really had to work at getting them right.
yes, actually, I'm trying to do my best to don't play from the computer on the stage. I don't like computers
Mhm.
on the stage because I'm very happy to do this live. Sometimes I have some small things like sequencer, but usually the sequencer is just for the click and
Mhm.
some samples for the moment because I have only two hands.
Yeah.
But usually I'm trying to find some solution for all those tracks to play everything as most as I can.
Mm.
So if we are practicing and have rehearsals in with the new stuff, like for example, ID.Entity was a material when we composed, let's say, in our rehearsal room. It was much easier to prepare these songs, on the live. But if we have some studio stuff, and there's a lot of additional tracks in studio. Uh, so I'm trying to do my best to put it, on the maybe synthesizer or maybe
Mhm.
some chords on guitar. I'm playing from my one key,
Mhm.
ding, and there is a sample. So, but there's no something like you're putting your play, and okay, let's say the band is 30% and the 70% are tracks. Not in Riverside Band. We are trying to be live.
Yeah. Do you play anything with your feet or do you only play with your hands?
Hands. I'm trying to play my hands. No, no.
Yeah.
In the feet, I'm using for changing my programs
Hmm.
and volumes.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. Um, were there any album parts that that you played on the album that you had to leave out because it was too difficult to incorporate them into the live setting?
No,
No.
no. As I said, this is really nice. Uh, Forgot the word. Challenge. This is really nice challenge. If I have to prepare the songs, so I'm very happy that I'm doing that.
Yeah. All right. And now that you come off the road, you've got these tracks that are recorded. What do you need to do as the keyboard player? What do you need to do to finish off the live album? Do you have to go in and do any overdubs? Do you have to go in and help produce? So what do you do after that?
In live album, actually, everything is record. You know, sometimes we are trying to find some bugs, let's say, you know, but actually most of work it's with the engineers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, of course, we have to check everything, every track, it's fine or not. But yeah, th- there was some things we have to uh, change, but not too much.
Yeah. The
But
I mean,
mhm.
did you guys record all your shows so there wasn't just one show where you're thinking I can't mess up, we're recording this for the album?
No, actually, we have this opportunity, so we are using that to record every show. So we are recording every show to have uh, if we'd like to check something, we have tracks. If we'd like to release something, we have tracks. So if we are on the tour, we have a 24, let's say, shows this time.
Mhm.
So we have a 24 sessions.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool, actually, because you can check everything it's worked or not. Something is wrong. No.
Yeah. Do you listen back to your performance after every show to see how you did?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No, you don't want to
I
know.
don't. I don't. Not too much.
Yeah. All right. Were
I'm
there any
I'm
songs?
trying to remember what was wrong or what was good,
Yeah.
and to prepare for the next one.
Gotcha. What were there any songs performed in Warsaw that you didn't like the way they came out, so you didn't put them on the record?
No, I don't think so.
So everything you
I don't
played
think
that night made it onto the record.
mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, then that night. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to remember that about it was different thing. Yeah, there was full show. What's happened at the night. So
Yeah. Well, I like that I mean, you guys do you stay true to the songs on the album, but you put more into them. I mean, they're obviously not just note for note. You guys, you play them with a lot of energy. One of the things that I liked on this was Mario has this thing where he gets the crowd to scream in a whisper. I don't. I've been to a couple hundred concerts. I've never seen anybody do this. I mean, everybody tries to get you to scream a certain word or phrase, or they try to get you to go louder and louder. And he's just trying to get them to scream in a whisper. Where did he come up with that?
I don't remember, but actually we are, you know, sometimes we look like serious band, but actually behind the scenes we are not. So and I think there was some kind of I don't remember that, but I think there was some kind of joke, from Marius on the stage. And we said after the show, what the hell was that? But it was pretty cool. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw these people.
Now, so when he goes into this sort of talking to the audience, you guys are all playing the music. Are you just waiting for a cue to where you break back into the song after he's done?
I think it's something like this is the ambience part of this song. So
Mhm.
we're like this waiting for the moment, and the same like people don't know when it will hit. Yeah. So he just during the song he just saying to the people 1, 2, 3, 4. So everybody know where to scream,
Yeah,
and we know when to hit.
yeah, yeah. It was pretty cool. I've never heard anyone do that before. Scream as loud as you can in a whisper. That was very good. And I think Marius has a great sense of humor. I think he's always comes across as a funny person and a person with a good sense of humor when
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen him like so.
That's why we're friends. But I'm not sure everybody can catch it. Some jokes, because some people can say, what he said. Wow, this guy is, I don't know, moron or something.
All right, so there's this is 12 songs. You're putting it out digitally. It's a 2 CD plus Blu-ray digipack with a
Exactly.
24-page booklet. That should be pretty awesome. You also have a 3 LP gatefold vinyl with an 8-page booklet, and you have three different colors: black, lilac, and blue. You can get it on the Inside Out
A lot of
store,
things. A lot
all
of
kinds of
things.
stuff. Um, it's riversideband.pl. That's your website? That's where people can go and find
Yeah,
out more.
yeah.
And I know you and I talked a little bit before we started recording. You're also working on some video game music.
Yeah, as I said, I'm a huge fan of I mean the film scoring and movie scoring music. So this is really nice adventure to compose the music for computer game for some scenario, and mm, and we'll see what will happen. I'm very excited to do this, seriously. So uh, yeah, the game name, it's Diabor, and we have to wait about 3 years to do this, but it's on a good way. It's really nice mood. I like it so much. These guys are the guys from the company which is called CD Projekt. So probably a lot of people know them because there's a game Witcher, The Witcher, and
Okay,
Cyberpunk.
yeah, I've heard of that.
So they did it, actually. They did, these guys, and now they have our own company, and we are work together.
Nice, nice. What is next for Riverside?
A break. We would like to have a break, seriously. After all these shows, 2025, 25th will be our just take a rest.
Okay. Did I see? Are you guys on Cruise to the Edge in April?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's not a complete break. You got to go.
Not complete break. Yeah, we have one festival here in Holland, and one festival, Cruise to the Edge. This is
Well,
the
at least you
Riverside.
should be able to relax a little bit on Cruise to the Edge. I mean,
As always.
yeah. You play, but you also get to relax on the ship.
I like this mood. I do really like this mood.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Michal Lapaj. I hope this live album does really well for you. How did ID.Entity do for you guys compared to your earlier albums? Is it selling well?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm enjoying it. I think everybody should go and pick up the deluxe package because this thing is really beautiful. It's got all the lyrics, all beautiful artwork.
Photos,
Um,
yeah.
I love hearing it in surround sound. That's why I bought this one because I love the surround sound. Uh, Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Hope this does really well for you, and
Thank you
good
very
luck
much,
to you.
man. Thank you so much. Take care.